Hey, it's Mindy with Astrology by Love, here today for Capricorn Sun and Capricorn Rising's horoscope for the lunar cycle. This lunar cycle begins on October 21st with the new moon in Libra and goes until November 20th with the new moon in Scorpio. I appreciate you hanging out with me today. Please like and subscribe. I've got some pretty cool links down below. Y'all check those out. One of those links down below is for this calendar. This is Llewellyn's 2026 astrological calendar. It's got all the transits. It's got the planetary connections. Let me show you. It shows the moon's movement on every day. It shows the planetary connections. If you're wanting to plan your life in advance, pick some good days. This is important. Also want to say congratulations to Daryl Grigsby. He was the winner of Leo Season's free reading. Thank you, Daryl. It was great to do your reading. Check out his reviews in the link below. Let's go ahead, jump in, and get started. So Capricorn, this new moon in Libra on October 21st is in your house of career. This is the 10th house. This is how you're seen in the world. This is your legacy. There is going to be a beautiful new start. This new moon also has a mild square to Jupiter. This is a 90-degree angle. It's just shy of being 90 degrees, but Jupiter will be there to bless it. This will be almost an overabundant new start. So Jupiter is currently in your 7th house. This is the house of other people, partnerships, spouses, business partners. And they are doing very well, and they are blessing you to the point that this is almost too good of a new start in your work and career life. Enjoy this, Capricorn. This new moon is on October 21st. Then on October 22nd, Neptune is going retrograde in the sky and moves back into Pisces. So Pisces is your 3rd house. This is the community, siblings, basic learning. This is an area of your life that you don't choose the environment. You don't choose who your neighbors are, who your siblings are. This is an area of your life that's typically easy going. So it's ruled by Pisces. Soft, ethereal, emotional energy. It doesn't like a lot of rules, doesn't like a lot of boundaries, likes to go with the flow. This pretty much describes Neptune. And so Neptune moving into your 3rd house, you may not notice it. It may not be any sort of big deal, but it's happening on October 22nd. Also on October 22nd, the sun moves into Scorpio. So Scorpio is your 11th house. These are your chosen friends, the people you network with. They help you with business. You go out, probably talk to them about work problems. The sun is shining its spotlight on your friends and those you choose to hang out with. This is part of your yearly cycle. They just become a little bit more important during this time of year in Scorpio season. Then on October 24th, Mercury trines Jupiter and the sun squares Pluto. So this is kind of a frustrating energy. So when the sun squares Pluto, this is almost a crisis of masculinity and identity sort of crisis. This is growth through a hardship. This is a fast-moving energy. The sun is in your house of friends, and Pluto is in that 3rd house of the community. So maybe a neighbor says something to a friend, or you're having to choose between doing something with the neighbors, doing something with your friends, but there's some sort of uncomfortable situation there. This is a very fast-moving energy. However, also on the 24th, Mercury, how we think and speak, is also in your 11th house, that house of friendships, that house of chosen friends. And it is trining Jupiter in your 7th house. So your friends and other people in your life, your spouses, your partners are getting along. They're abundant. They're being fun. And all that is going on with this whole crisis of consciousness thing on the same day. So that is on October 24th. So just be aware of all that, Capricorn. Then on October 25th, Mercury, still in that 11th house, Scorpio, is trining Saturn. So Saturn has also, just this past month, moved back into Pisces. So this is that third house. This is the area of your life that's normally easygoing, easy breezy, artistic, spiritual, and Saturn there is wanting it to be organized, wanting it to be structured, wanting it to be just a certain way, kind of being a bit of a buzzkill. And so Mercury trining Saturn is you talking with your friends, thinking with your friends about how to better structure the neighborhood, maybe how to put boundaries with some siblings. But that is a fast moving energy as well. That will be there on October 25th. Then on October 27th, Mars, also in your 11th house. You've been bickering, competing with your friends as well. Mars trines Jupiter. This is a lot of masculine energy. This is abundance. This is going after good stuff. Could be your friends competing with your spouse or your partners and having a good time. Jupiter's there. An abundant, beautiful energy that takes place on October 27th. Then on October 29th, we've got a lot of different energies going on. So Mercury starts us out by making a trine to Neptune. We're feeling sensitive, easygoing, don't really care about the rules, just nice and la la la. Shortly thereafter, Mercury moves into Sagittarius. When Mercury moves into Sagittarius, it then just about immediately opposes Uranus. So there's some kind of disruption in this flow, some kind of shock in the middle of this easy going. Also on October 29th, Mars, which is still in that 11th house of friends, is trining Saturn, that is in your third house of community and siblings. So you are wanting to be really precise, really specific with your emotions, with what you're doing when it comes to neighbors, siblings, and friends, on top of this easygoing surprise shock energy that's going on that day. If nothing else, the news will be really interesting on October 9th, but it'll definitely be an interesting day. Then on October 30th, Mercury sextiles Pluto. So Mercury is in that 12th house of the subconscious. This heightens your psychic senses just a little bit. So your intuition's a little bit better. You just have a sense of what's going on whenever Mercury moves into Sagittarius, which is your 12th house. So Mercury sextiles Pluto in your second house of finances, family resources, family values. This is you having a good idea on how to rearrange, refocus your finances in order to grow and make more. This is a fast moving energy. This is on October 30th. Then on October 31st, we don't have any exact planetary energy, but happy Halloween. Y'all enjoy yourselves. On November 2nd, Venus squares Jupiter. So Venus is still in your 10th house, career, legacy. You're looking good at work for sure. And on November 2nd, Venus squares Jupiter in your 7th house. This is the house of other people, your partners, your spouse. This is almost too much of a good thing. Looking good at work, doing good at work, your partner benefiting, your partner being generous to you, and it's almost too much of a good thing. November 2nd is going to be a beautiful day. Enjoy this, Capricorn. Mark it on your calendar. Then on November 3rd, Mars, that is still in your 11th house. You're competing and enjoying your friends, motivated to be around them. Mars is trine Neptune in that third house of siblings, community, the environment we don't choose. This is being motivated with your friends to be spiritual in the neighborhood somehow, maybe drink in the neighborhood, maybe go to a yoga class or hear music somewhere down the street. You'll feel this energy building up on the 2nd, but it comes exact on the 3rd. Then on November 4th, Mars moves into Sagittarius. So this is your 12th house. So the subconscious house, you may not sleep well on the night of the 4th. So just about as soon as Mars enters Sagittarius, it goes opposite Uranus in your 6th house, and there's some kind of disruption. This may be someone in your daily life yelling at you or causing some kind of unexpected ruckus. With Mars newly in your 12th house, it's easy to get triggered. It's easy to go off on people and get angry. With Mars in your 12th house, it's also easier to have nightmares, easier to be a little bit of a victim and not realize it. Mars is going to be there for about the next 2 months, so just be aware of this energy. Try not to go off on people, Capricorn. Then on November 5th, there is a full moon in Taurus. So this is your 5th house. These are those sweet kiddos. These are your passion projects. There is going to be some sort of tension between your friends and your kids or passion projects that day. Also during this full moon, Mars in your 12th house is sextiling Pluto in the 2nd. And so you may get angry or be just super motivated to reorganize your finances, redo things financially. And being under the full moon, this may feel stressful. Then on November 6th, Mars perfects that sextile to Pluto. So you are very much going to be focused and motivated to be focused on those finances on the 6th, even a little obsessive. So just be aware of that, Capricorn. Then on November 7th, we've kind of been feeling this energy build up all week. Uranus, which is going retrograde in the sky, moves back into Taurus. Your daily routines have been all over the place these past few months. And now with Uranus moving back into Taurus, you can expect some unexpected behavior from the kiddos. Passion projects may be a little erratic. You won't be able to dependably do them, get along with it. There could be some surprises. That energy will be there for the next few months and then it's gone. If you're feeling a little like whiplash from all the energy going on, we have had 3 outer planets go retrograde and go back into the previous sign in the past 2 months. So there's a lot going on, a lot of changing and shifting in our environments and our cultures. Just be aware of that, Capricorn. On November 9th, Mercury goes retrograde. So Mercury is in the sign of Sagittarius. This is your 12th house, the subconscious house. You can't really see this movement, but you have had heightened intuition with Mercury there. So on November 9th, Mercury will be stationing. That's where it looks like it's standing still in the sky. When Mercury stations right before it goes retrograde, it is hard to get things done. It's just more difficult to have conversations. It's more difficult to get things accomplished in our cars. Traffic's normally pretty awful on the day that Mercury stations. So Mercury will then start moving what looks like backwards in the sky. We call it a retrograde. When Mercury goes retrograde, it's a time to go back over things, to redo things. The first part of this retrograde may not be as effective for you, Capricorn, just because this is taking place in your subconscious house. You're not really going to be aware of this energy. You're not going to be able to see it. But for the rest of the world, Mercury is stationing on the 9th. It's still going to affect communication, technology, traffic. So now you know, Capricorn. Then on November 11th, Jupiter stations to go retrograde. So this is the 5th planet now that is going retrograde in the sky. If things feel like they're moving a little bit slower, if they're not happening the way that you're wanting them to, all these planets are retrograde. This is a time to be more careful as we move forward. Definitely dot I's, cross T's. Jupiter is in that 7th house of your partnerships, your business partnerships, other people. This is your spouse. Jupiter is still a great placement here. Your spouse is still doing well. They're going back over maybe some deals they've missed, maybe other things that they can pick up and grow and do well with. Jupiter is going to be retrograde for the next few months. You can still expect benefits from your spouse and partners with this placement. Then on November 13th, Mercury conjuncts Mars. So Mercury and Mars are up in the same degree in the sky, and it's easy to say things we don't mean. It's easy to have something cruel come out of our mouths, to let negativity fly out of our mouths. So this is happening in that 12th house, the subconscious. So you're going to be easily triggered that day and not know why. You're going to be thinking the worst of people and really, hopefully, trying to hold back your words. Then on November 17th, the Sun trines Saturn and Jupiter that day. It creates this beautiful triangular 120-degree triangular energy. We call it a grand trine. The energy just flows beautifully. So this is abundance and stability. This is in our emotional life. This is a beautiful day to do law of attraction exercises, manifest some things that you are wanting, especially in your emotional life. This is taking place in your 3rd, 7th, and 11th houses, the houses of your relationship. So if you are trying to manifest something with your friends, with your long-term relationships, with your neighbors, siblings, this is beautiful energy for it. This is just a day where things are working out and beautiful in the universe. Then on the 19th, Mercury, which is going retrograde in the sky, moves back into Scorpio. So this goes from your 12th house to your 11th house. You may receive phone calls from friends you haven't heard from in a while. This is great for communicating with your friends, going back over maybe misunderstood conversations. And this is definitely a good time to get in touch with friends that you have lost touch with. And you will have the urge to do that, Capricorn. Then we come to the end of this lunar cycle. We've got the new moon in Scorpio on November 20th. So this is a fantastic new moon. This new start is in your 11th house with your friends, your networking group. This new moon is also taking place during a Mercury cazimi. A Mercury cazimi is when Mercury lines up with the heart of the sun. Beautiful ideas are sprinkled about. So we are going to be thinking clearly. We are going to be remembering things, going deep. Also on the 20th, Uranus sextiles Neptune. Now both Uranus and Neptune are going backwards. Uranus is in that 5th house, those kiddos and passion projects. Neptune is in your 3rd house of the community. This may be information coming to light, having a realization, a sort of aha moment when it comes to your neighbors, siblings, kiddos, and passion projects. So this is definitely a moon that is good for clarity. So enjoy this moon, Capricorn. This is the end of the lunar cycle. I appreciate you hanging out with me today, though. Please like and subscribe. Check out those links down below, and I will see you again soon.